Clint Eastwood, born Clinton Eastwood Jr. on May 31, 1930, in San Francisco, California, is a cinematic legend whose journey from humble beginnings to Hollywood royalty stands as a testament to persistence and talent. Raised during the Great Depression, Eastwood's early years were marked by the struggles of his family, which frequently moved around California in search of work. Despite these challenges, Eastwood displayed early promise, particularly as an athlete, and while attending Oakland Technical High School, he developed an interest in music and mechanics. His introduction to the world of film came not through intention, but chance. Eastwood served in the U.S. Army during the Korean War and later enrolled in drama classes in Los Angeles. His persistence paid off when he earned a small role in Hollywood, eventually leading him to his breakthrough in the popular television series Rawhide in the late 1950s. This set the stage for his monumental career, the Dollars Trilogy and Hollywood Reinvention. By the mid-1960s, Clint Eastwood had become synonymous with the Western genre, thanks to his collaboration with Italian director Sergio Leone in the Dollars Trilogy. Films like A Fistful of Dollars, 1964, For a Few Dollars More, 1965, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, 1966, forever changed how the American West was portrayed in film. These movies marked a shift in Western cinema, moving away from the traditional heroism toward morally ambiguous characters. Eastwood's portrayal of the man with no name became an icon, combining few words with powerful presence, and his piercing gaze became a defining characteristic of the genre. His collaboration with Leone not only cemented Eastwood's fame, but also established him as an international movie star. These roles demonstrated Eastwood's range as an actor, from a stoic anti-hero to a man who could convey more with a look than most could with a monologue. Transitioning to director, Eastwood's vision. The 1970s saw Clint Eastwood undergo a remarkable transformation, from an actor to one of Hollywood's most respected directors. After his legendary portrayal of the tough, no-nonsense detective Harry Callahan in Dirty Harry, 1971, Eastwood shifted focus to filmmaking. His early works as a director, including Play Misty for Me, 1971, and High Plains Drifter, 1973, showcased his ability to bring emotional depth and complexity to his storytelling. Eastwood was not just interested in action and toughness. He began exploring themes of human frailty, justice, and morality. His vision as a director allowed him to break free from the roles that had initially defined his career and branch out into more nuanced territory. These early directorial successes laid the foundation for what would become a storied filmmaking career, earning him the respect of peers and critics alike. Unforgiven, mastery of the Western genre. In 1992, Clint Eastwood released Unforgiven, a film that not only revitalized the Western genre, but also cemented his place as a master filmmaker. The film, which Eastwood directed and starred in, explores themes of violence, redemption, and regret. It was a stark, introspective look at the very genre that made Eastwood a household name, and it was critically acclaimed. Unforgiven won 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director, and is often cited as one of the greatest films ever made. Eastwood's performance as William Money, a reformed outlaw, added a layer of vulnerability and depth to the classic tough guy image that had long been associated with him. This was a film that combined Eastwood's deep understanding of the genre with a newfound emotional complexity, signaling a shift in both his career and the Western genre itself. Clint Eastwood's personal life, the struggles and triumphs. Clint Eastwood's personal life has always been as multifaceted as his career. He first married Maggie Johnson in 1953, at a time when he was still struggling to make a name for himself in Hollywood. Their marriage lasted for over 3 decades, despite Eastwood's tumultuous career and frequent absences due to his work. Although their relationship was marked by separations and infidelities, Maggie played a key role in supporting Eastwood during the early days of his career. In 1984, after years of separation, they legally divorced, but Eastwood's respect for Maggie remained evident. After a period of bachelorhood, Eastwood married Dina Ruiz, in 1996, a television anchor who was 35 years his junior. Their marriage brought a sense of stability and calm to Eastwood's life, but after nearly 2 decades, the couple separated in 2014. Throughout it all, Eastwood's personal relationships were characterized by a quiet strength, and his ability to balance personal and professional challenges became part of his enduring legacy. The legacy of Jack Palance. At 95, Clint Eastwood has finally opened up about his experiences with one of Hollywood's most enigmatic figures, Jack Palance. Known for his intimidating presence on screen, Palance was both feared and admired by many in the industry. For years, Eastwood had remained silent about his interactions with Palance, but now, in his later years, he reflects on the man behind the menacing image. "When I first met Jack," Eastwood recalls, "I didn't quite know what to expect. Palance's reputation as a tough, unpredictable figure was well known, but Eastwood found that behind the facade was a deeply dedicated actor who took his craft seriously." Eastwood goes on to describe how Palance had an aura of unpredictability. "You never knew which version of him you were going to get," Eastwood says. Despite the challenges, Eastwood respected Palance for his commitment to authenticity, a value Eastwood himself held dear. Palance's impact on Eastwood's craft. Jack Palance's advice had a profound influence on Clint Eastwood's approach to acting and directing. Eastwood recalls an early encounter where Palance imparted a piece of wisdom that would shape Eastwood's entire career. "Never fake fear. Either feel it or don't do the scene," Palance told him. This advice stuck with Eastwood throughout his career and became a guiding principle in his acting and filmmaking. Palance's insistence on authenticity and his refusal to accept mediocrity were qualities that Eastwood admired and sought to embody in his own work. Over time, Eastwood learned that a true actor must not only inhabit a character, but also bring an unspoken truth to the role. Palance's dedication to his craft was something that Eastwood not only respected, but integrated into his own philosophy as a filmmaker. The unpredictable genius of Jack Palance. Despite his fierce reputation, Eastwood acknowledges that Jack Palance was not as difficult to work with as some believed. Jack didn't tolerate nonsense, Eastwood admits, and while his intensity could be intimidating, it was grounded in a desire for excellence. For Palance, the bar was set high, and he expected everyone on set to meet it. Eastwood explains that while Palance's volatility might have been challenging at times, it was also part of what made him great. Palance's ability to live his roles without pretension or compromise was something that Eastwood deeply respected. "You can't manufacture that kind of presence," Eastwood states, emphasizing that Palance's authenticity made him one of a kind. Eastwood's own philosophy as a director was similarly grounded in discipline, and he found in Palance a kindred spirit, someone who believed in giving nothing less than your best. Clint Eastwood's reflection on a bygone era. As Clint Eastwood looks back on his career and the figures who shaped it, he acknowledges that the era in which Jack Palance thrived is slowly fading away. "Hollywood used to be full of guys like Jack," Eastwood reflects. "Real men with real stories who didn't have to pretend to be tough because they were tough." For Eastwood, Palance embodied an authenticity that is increasingly rare in the entertainment industry. The two actors came from a time when toughness was not about performing for the camera, but about being real, both on and off screen. Eastwood recognizes that Palance, like himself, lived his roles in a way that went beyond acting. It was a way of life. His words about Palance are a tribute to a bygone era of cinema, one that was defined by raw, unapologetic authenticity. Eastwood concludes, "If Jack were here today, I'd tell him that I learned a lot just by watching him.